Good afternoon. Before we get started, how many Sac City students are with us today? Let's hear from you. Great time to be on a college campus. Don't forget to study hard and get ready for those final exams coming up.
Oh yeah.
Good afternoon to all of you. My name is Bryce Harris, and I have the pleasure of serving as Chancellor of the Los Rios Community College District. We're here today, we're here today to shed some light on a situation that all of us find quite troubling, and that is California's tremendous budget crisis and how that crisis may impact California's community colleges. I have with me today on the podium four folks I'm going to introduce, and in turn each of them are going to get up and shed some light on this crisis. First, you're going to hear from the Chancellor of the California Community College System, Dr. Diane Woodruff. Following her, we're going to hear from one of our own student leaders, Troy Carter. Then you're going to hear from the president of this fine institution, Sac City College, Dr. Catherine Jeffrey. And then from the president of the Los Rios Federation of Teachers, a faculty member at American River College, Dean Murakami. So without any further ado, it's a pleasure to introduce the Chancellor of the California Community College System, Dr. Diane Woodruff.
Well, thank you so much, Bryce. I'm so happy to be back here today. For those of you who are Sac City students, I used to be the Dean of Social Sciences here, so I started out my career in community colleges right here with you, so I know what a fantastic institution this is. And I am really pleased and happy to be part of this press conference to talk about an issue that is of such critical importance to California and to our state's economy. And that issue is the vital need for California to maintain its investment in the California community colleges so we can help with the economic recovery of this state. Yeah. And I want to begin by giving you just a little background information. The California community colleges are the largest provider of workforce training in California. Let me say that again. We are the largest provider of workforce training in California. And we serve more than 2.7 million students in our 110 community colleges around this state. And in those 110 community colleges, we offer more than 175 different degree and certificate programs in hundreds of vocational fields such as nursing, business, law enforcement, automotive repair, and computer science, to just name a few. And to give you just one example of the effect that we have on the state's economy, we train over 70% of the nurses in California. And to respond to California's nursing shortage, 74 of our community colleges, including this one here at Sac City, increased the number of nursing students from 8,000 to 12,000 in the past 3 years. Yeah, isn't that incredible? I am really proud of the fact that we are quick, we are responsive, we are flexible, and we are the most nimble of all the education sectors. Millions of Californians are succeeding in their chosen fields because of their community college experience, and all of you students will succeed too. And the benefits to the economy are absolutely enormous. Students who earn a degree or certificate from a California community college increase their earnings by 63% in 3 years. For every dollar that California invests to get students in and through college, the state's economy receives a $3 return on investment as graduates earn better wages. Now, as all of us know, our economy is in terrible shape right now. There has been a 40% increase in the number of unemployed over the last year, a 40% increase. But our community colleges are uniquely positioned to help those unemployed workers and to improve the state's fiscal condition. We offer many programs that can put people back to work in good paying jobs in a matter of months, not years, months. And you're going to hear about some of those programs from some of the other speakers. So when California workers face layoffs, difficult job markets, they turn to our colleges to help upgrade their skills, to train for a new job, and to stay competitive and employable in their fields. In fact, right now, with California's unemployment rate now at 7.7% and headed toward 8 or 9%, we are experiencing an enrollment boom. A 10.2% enrollment growth over last year at this time. Roughly 100,000 full-time students beyond the level for which we are funded. And historically, and those of you in the press who have the press packet can see this chart, as the unemployment rates go up, so do our community college enrollments. And there's a great chart that shows those of you in the press in that press packet. So what are we doing about that? Well, in the short term, our colleges are trying hard to find ways to accommodate all these students who are coming to us. We're increasing class sizes beyond our normal limits. We're adding as many course sections as we possibly can. However, I am here to tell you, we are at our breaking point. We will not be able to sustain such increases in enrollment on a long-term basis without an additional investment from the state. And let's turn now to the state's budget crisis, because last week the administration released a budget proposal that includes a $332 million cuts to California Community College. And this cut comes on top of a $290 million cut that we got just 2 months ago when the state budget was passed, for a total of $622 million in cuts. So how, you students are going to want to know, are these cuts going to affect our community colleges? We estimate that more than 250,000 students will be turned away in California and not be able to get the classes that they need. And this loss of 250,000 students is the equivalent to closing all of the campuses of the University of California, shutting them all down, so you can see how many students' lives are affected. And of course, these proposed cuts come at the worst possible time for community colleges, because we're struggling to serve not only the flood of unemployed workers that are coming to us, but we're also trying to serve many other students who cannot afford to pay the fees at UC or CSU and who are coming to us in droves because we are a cost-effective alternative. Now, if the proposed mid-year cuts were to occur and our colleges had to turn away these 250,000 students, it would be a tremendous blow to our state's economy. Thousands of Californians would not get the training they need to prepare for new careers, and unemployed workers would stay unemployed for longer periods, and employers wouldn't have the skilled workers that they need. California's economy will not recover for many, many more years. I don't think we can let this happen. Simply put, our community colleges are the state's economic engine, providing the California economy with the skilled workers it needs to compete in this global economy, so we can just turn this economy around. So in closing, I would like to say that while we have great concerns about the proposed cuts, we do applaud the governor for standing up for a balanced approach to budget cuts. The size of the state's budget problem is so large now that it cannot be solved by cuts alone, short-term fixes, borrowing, or more gimmicks. Additional revenues must be part of the solution. And now I am very, very happy to introduce and bring to the podium Troy Carter, who's one of my favorite students and has been very active representing you on the statewide academic senate. And so Troy, you want to come forward and give us a student perspective.